I got a nice full pull day here, starting off with some bent over barbell rows. 120 pounds, within the 8 to 12 rep range. Let's see how many reps I get. Eleven reps. So that was the second set there. Then for the third set, I'm going to do, I think 12 or 13 reps with 120. Then drop it down to 100 pounds. And probably just go to 20 reps total. So 120 pounds is pretty heavy for me. I try to keep my form decent, but even though, it's not necessarily a heavy weight, it's heavy for me, so I'm probably going to be moving around more, kind of just yanking it up. But that's what, for me, with any lift, if it's heavy, then my form isn't going to be perfect, and I'm just focused on getting it up. But with time, my form will get better with that weight. If I go to a lower weight and my form is perfect, then I'll be able to do reps for days and still not even get the same pump. So that's just my method. Maybe I could see, here I'm still moving, but not as much, because it's lighter. But now I'm starting to get exhausted, so I'm going to move more, just yank it up, getting those last reps in, just, putting in the extra effort. But with the lighter weights, where I could keep good form, then I could do a whole bunch of reps, and it's just a different workout for me. So eventually that weight that I'm not, that I have to jerk up there, jerk down, like on these pull downs, whatever, I'll be able to do it with good form, but I'm not worried about that from the jump. So this is the second set here with the pull downs. Looks like the middle grip. This was kind of funny to me. When I got up, I was like, the guy, because it's kind of next to a machine, but the guy wasn't doing anything. He was just standing there. And, obviously I don't care if you stand in front of the phone. But, and luckily I didn't know, but luckily it was only, the last couple reps that he just got there. But it was just comical to me. Like, I kind of laughed in my head that he, coincidentally stood right, kind of in the worst spot that he could have. So this is the third set here. I'm going to do a drop set. Definitely getting exhausted, and you see now that I'm getting worn down more, that I'm pulling my body back more. I'm leaning back more versus when I first started. If you see the first set and then the second set, I have the first set in the shorts. But then compared to the third set and then the beginning reps versus the last couple reps. So I'm doing this drop set. Started doing drop sets recently on the third set. I think it's really helping just fully exhaust my muscles. I think doing a drop set all 3 sets would be a little too exhausting, plus it would just get annoying switching the weights all that much. I think the one drop set to finish it off is a good way to do it to failure. Some people do partial reps, that sort of thing. And then face pulls. I know I've mentioned before that on my pull exercises, on my back exercises especially, when I was focusing just on form for the longest time and not wanting to go heavier because I had to lean back too much, and the things I've heard, I was like, let me stay at this lower weight, and I never progressed. So now I'm just focused on going heavier And if I could do the lift and I'm not hurting, like, to me, I'm fine. You watch, obviously I'm not a professional bodybuilder, but you just watch people exercise, watch how professionals do it. Obviously it's going to be a little bit different if you've been doing it for years. Then you're going to be able to do things that a beginner wouldn't be able to do, or an intermediate level weightlifter or gym goer, or even, beginner level or intermediate bodybuilder wouldn't be able to do compared to professionals. But I'm just going heavy, and I'm doing a drop set on this third set for the face pulls. This is another one that, like, it gets so awkward when I get heavy, but when I go light and keep my form good and I'm focusing just on contracting the muscles, I could do more and more reps, and I still don't really feel the pump or the soreness like I do with heavy weights. And I believe before I did these ab crunches, did 20 minutes of cardio on the elliptical. Then I wanted to get some core in, hit the abs. Not going to do a drop set, but I went ahead and filmed the second and third set anyway. I'm going to kind of lean down, make sure I'm not going to get a cramp. I might have added a couple more reps on this last set, but if I do a drop set on here, I think I'm just going to cramp up. So I've been trying to get back into, I did do obliques one of these days recently, trying to get back into making sure I work out my core, at least my abs, because I'm trying to tighten up my stomach, and when I do cut more fat and get a little more trim, then I'll have definitive abs. That'll be nice. And then I'm going to finish up with some bicep curls. This is the second set here. Lower weight, higher reps. If I was doing the 8 to 12 rep range, I would probably be doing at least 30s. Being that I did, 3 back exercises before this, I would be pretty sore. So maybe 32.5 or 35s for at least 8 reps. But trying to get over 15, closer to 20. So I got the 25s there. And so when I went down in weight and did higher reps with the bicep curls, the first weight I went to was 20 pounds and did 20 reps for 3 sets. But it was just too easy. So, it was still pretty challenging, but I knew I could have probably did more, but I'm not really trying to do more than 20 reps. So I kicked it up to 22.5 and then just did like 15, 16, 17, whatever to start. But just that 2.5 pounds made a real big difference and added a struggle, especially on the last reps. Now I'm at 25 pounds here, but these last reps on this third set, I'm just doing everything I can to get it up there, leaning back. But there you have a pull day.